Here we are moving out along the Cottonwood Petroglyph Trail, just a little bit off the north end of Lake Pleasant. A small group with a ranger getting ready to tread off into the woods here. And just a short walk off the beaten path into the undergrowth here, you begin to see a pretty good distance off here to Lake Pleasant. We're quite a ways above already, and the view is spectacular. This is a beautiful, beautiful area. And walking along a trail here, we come across the remains of a dead saguaro. This is what the inside of a saguaro cactus looks like as they deteriorate, fall back into the way they came from, back into Mother Nature. And here we'll see some hackberry, and then right behind the hackberry, some palo verde. There's really a big variety of plant life out here on this hike. This at one time was a hippie camp out here. There were some people who actually lived here pretty much permanently. They had a garden right in here.
There's always water in the creek. Different places.
Water coming out of the underground right close by here. And here they had a structure. It was permanently built right up here in the trees. Had a roof over it. They actually lived in the building, small building, but it's not here any longer.
Yes, historically they were bighorn sheep. And what's interesting about this is I was leading a kayak. I lead the Pleasant Paddler program on the lake, leading kayakers, and we were back in the outer freeway where the big cliffs are. And the guy was saying, "You guys have bighorn sheep here?" And I said, "Well, historically, yes, but we haven't had bighorn sheep here for many, many years." He says, "What's that right there?" And I go, "That's a bighorn sheep." 2 years ago, we had a bighorn sheep in the park. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know where he came from. He's
Now as we walk up this wash, the terrain is changing abruptly, and we're walking into an area here that looks like we're actually getting in contact with bedrock here. Just a little bit above this area, we'll come into a riparian area up in here where there's actually some moisture sitting in the rocks, and you'll find it draws a lot of animals and different kind of plants into the area up here. We'll take some pictures up here very shortly. And now we're approaching the riparian area. There's water accumulating here in some of these tanks, and you'll find some spots in here where some of the animals have been digging in the ground, in the rocks and the gravel that have accumulated here. For some reason, they like to get down there and dig, and I'm not too sure. I think it's probably where the burrows have been down in here.
The guys that I've brought out here, they think that this is not accurate. It's too fresh for that, because remember they were out of here about at 1250, and they think it would have been. So, but they don't have any proof of that because it's been here still a pretty long time. So the only guy the ranger here was 1980, so it was here in 1980. So they were really good at what they did. They could do it real good. We're lazy, and that's got a laziness to it. Yeah. And this design is more of a modern day design with the arrow and things like that. I don't know. This is what they say. They just don't see this type of design.
Out here you see a whole variety of different types of cactuses. Buckhorn cactus. You see saguaros in the background, the big tall ones. And as you look back over here, we come to choyas. There's just a variety of plants out here. Many, many different kinds of plants here in this area. And while walking along one of the washes down here, close to the lake, we're getting real close to the parking lot right now. A running spring right down to the bottom of this wash. The ground changes quite a little bit down here. You have a soft sand with a lot of little rocks. The next thing you know, you're walking on bedrock and water squeezing out, running down the hill, coming down through this little trail, and all of a sudden running water. Beginning to look a lot like boot camp. Boot camp here at Lake Pleasant. And we're only just a little ways from Lake Pleasant, but they've got an obstacle course for us here. This ought to be very interesting. Now, I'm not really too sure if coming under the bridge is any worse than going through the rocks after you get done with the bridge. This doesn't look like a very easy trick to me. So here we go, down the rest of the wash.